Hey everybody, welcome back to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is day 20 of the Santa Cloth Challenge. Now, if you've been following along, you know that every day I pick out of the bags behind me, I pick a card that has a color and a stitch on it. From that card, I need to make a set, a kitchen set, a towel, a washcloth, and a scrubby. Now, the actual challenge is just the kitchen towel, but I've been doing a washcloth and a scrubby along with the set, and as well as adding some soap to it. So it's a nice gift set. The idea is stash busting as well as a stockpile of gifts in case someone stops over for the holidays that you weren't expecting or something like that. So today's challenge was a little bit different and a little bit, I don't know, challenging. So today's challenge is the Picot stitch in blue. Now, I was going to just do the Picot around the outside, but then I'm like, what kind of challenge is that? So what I've done is I'm doing the Picot stitch on top of double crochets. So it's double crochets with a picot on the top, and then the next row, the double crochet goes behind the picot. So it's almost like giving it a scrubby effect. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing. I started it and I didn't show you right away because I wanted to be able to make sure I had a pattern all set, and I do. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So the whole idea is the picot stitch on this row, and then the following row, I put the double crochet behind it so there's no gap. Okay. Normally a picot stitch would just kind of hang out there in the air, right? But we're not doing it that way. So I'll have you go through this row with me. Okay. So, I forgot the picot. So I put the picot on this one, and I'm going to end this row here with a double crochet in the very last stitch on the end. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to chain. There's the double crochet. Come on. I'm going to chain 2, and now I'm going to do a row of double crochet, but the catch is this row of double crochet is going to make these picots pop forward. Okay, so make sure I do a double crochet in the first stitch, and I'm figuring this out as we go. So now this double crochet needs to go behind the picot. So it's almost like a front post double on that double crochet. Okay, that's how that's going to go. So I do this. Now, as you can see, that makes the picot pop forward. And then I'm just going to keep going right across every stitch. And then again, front post double on the stitch that is the picot. Okay. Now, again, this is not a tutorial. This is just kind of like, here's how I've been challenged and here's what I'm doing. Okay. If you would like, I can't say a pattern, but if you would like written instructions on how I did this, shoot me an email. The information is in the info box below the video, and I'll write down what I did. Keep in mind, this was not a pattern. This was just something I knew the challenge, and I knew in my head what I wanted to do. That's kind of cool. And it's working. And I didn't want the picots to line up, so they're staggered a couple lines away from me, a couple rows away from each other, or a couple stitches, however you want to put it. Okay, again, we're going to go behind here. Put that there. Okay. Now I'm looking here. Let's see. This is poking out to the side a little bit too much. So I'm going to pull that back out because somebody's not behaving here. I'm thinking it's that extra stitch right there. Okay. We're just going to end with a double crochet here. That's better. That's better. Lines it right up. Okay. So then, again, this is a learning curve. This is a process. Chain 2, double crochet, double crochet, back post double. Now, when I say back post double, I'm actually crocheting in the part of the picot that loops over. If you've done picots, you'll know what I'm talking about. Make sure you're lining up, boy, and I'm talking to myself here. Make sure I'm lining up the stitches with each other, right? So this goes here, that goes there, and then this one goes behind the picot. I like how we're looking so far. Okay, then we've got 2 stitches here, 1, 2. So the row below is 2 double crochets and then a picot, and then 2 double crochets and a picot. So this row is going to be 2 double crochets and a back post, well, kind of front post. I know it's confusing, but I'm making this up as I go along. I think it's going to be really pretty though when I'm finished with it. So I will absolutely write it down in case anybody's interested on how I did this. I think it's going to be cute. I love the challenge. I really do. I'm having so much fun with this challenge. That's there. This is this. Wait a minute. Gotta make sure. So it's 1, 2, picot, 1, 2. Yep, there. 1, 2, there. 1, 2, there. I missed one. Okay. 1, 2. There. There we go. And then 1, 2. And there. Okay. I think I got this. So I just wanted to give you a little peek into the process of making up this. So this is why sometimes the towels take a little longer, because I'm not working on a pattern. I'm not working on someone else's idea. This is, they give me the stitch and the color, and I take it from there. So I had to think, what does a picot look like? How does a picot work, you know? And then I also had to think, this is a kitchen towel. I don't want a lot of spaces in there, because if you're drying your hands on a kitchen towel, you certainly don't need a lot of spaces. So how can I do the picot stitch? Like I did a poncho with the picot stitch in it, but the picots were inside like a window stitch. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want that type of a look for this. So, and for the first time, I am not using any sugar and cream on this one. I am using Premier Home Cotton. So it's going to be a little softer, which I can honestly say I'm grateful for, because my hands are a little sore from the sugar and cream. So this is a nice break. Don't get me wrong, I still love my sugar and cream, but I did need a nice little break from it. Okay, so here we go. 2, and then behind here and right into the end to make it a nice even seam across the back. It's very hard sometimes to get into these because they're tight. So we're just going to dig. There we go. A dig, a dig, a dig, dig, a dig, dig, dig. And that little bump on the end, and then we're going to pull it through and finish the double. Now I'm going to do 1 row of single crochet. So you just chain 1 and turn 1 row of singles. So the repeat on this is a row of single crochet, a row of double crochet where every third one is a picot stitch, and then a row of double crochet where every third one is a front post double stitch, and then back to the single crochet row. That is actually kind of fun. I did finish the scrubby already, so that's done. And I am using two rows at once. So I'm using like a denim looking one. Nope, nope, nope. And I'm using, here's the 2 I'm using. So I'm using a Hobie Daily Stitch and a Premier Cotton. Those are the 2 I'm using for this. And they are working quite nicely together. They're a thick 4 when I run them together, but separately they're just too thin for me. So if I were to try to make them a dishcloth, they would just be too flimsy. Or a dish towel, I mean. They'd be too flimsy. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the other side. Slip on through to the other side. Trying to remember what song. Is that The Doors? I can't remember. Okay. Oh, it's break on through to the other side, isn't it? Oh, well. Okay, so at the end of this row, I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to start the repeat over with the row of double crochets that have the picot in it. See how things are lining. I'm going to count my stitches after this first, just to make sure that I am where I need to be with my stitch count. If not, I'm going to have to look back and see where I added. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. All right, we're good. Looks cool. So you see how the picots, they pop out as bobbles on the front. All right, challenge accepted. So we're going to go ahead and chain. You can see I'm running the 2 of them together. Chain 2 and turn. So then I'm going to do, that counts as a double. I'm going to go ahead and put a double in here. So that's 2 doubles, right? And then the row with the picot. So it's a double, chain 3, yarn is very, very catchy and knotty. Okay, so with a picot, you just chain 3 and then you go back down and slip stitch into the first chain. And there's your picot. And then I'm just going to yarn over and do 2 doubles. And then I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to do the picot. And that is how I'm going to do this row. And you just witnessed the other 2 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and work a little faster, get this done, and I'll catch up with you when I'm ready to put the top on. I'm really loving how this came out. So I have all the picots on the side here. Not that easy to see on camera, but if I turn it sideways, you can see them poking out. See it? I like it. I like how it came out. I like that I was challenged with a stitch that normally isn't put in the middle of something. And I turned it into a pretty cool looking towel. So now I'm going to do some rows of half doubles and then I'm going to decrease it. and make it into the handle that goes over, something in your kitchen so you can hang it up. I'm really, really liking how this came out. I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to do this row of regular half doubles, and then I'm going to start decreasing. And I will show you again what it looks like when I'm ready to put the button on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease this top here. Okay, half doubles, I'm going to decrease it all the way until it's only 4 stitches. And then I'm going to put the buttonhole in, put the button on, do 1 row of single crochet all the way around, and I'll see you then. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so I finished the cloth, which I'll show you in a minute, and right now I'm digging through my buttons. I don't have a really good blue one. That's green. That's a button. My blue ones are too little. I don't have, this one will work. All right, well, no. All right, so that one will work. We're gonna go with one of those. One last look, because you know how buttons can hide inside the button. No. Okay. There's a bunny. I guess you just never know. Okay, so we're going to go with one of those. Let's take a look. See which one looks best. I think I like this one as opposed to that one. Yeah, I'm going to go with the lighter one. Okay. So again, as always, the challenge is to find a needle that'll go through here to sew it on. Okay, this one will work. I'm going to use the yarn that I was using to make the item. Oh, I didn't show it to you yet. Hold on. So here it is. I haven't done the outside row yet, and I haven't tucked my tail in yet. But here it is. Looks cute, doesn't it? I'm going to put the button right about there. So also, okay, so I said I had the scrunchie done, but I didn't like it, so I had to redo it. So I had done it in these colors, and those colors just did not match the towel at all. So I had to redo it. I'll set that aside for another project at another time. Now, here is the hot plate, the washcloth, the pot holder, whatever you want to use it as. And I actually put the picots around the outside. So I used the picot stitch in that as well. And I haven't been using the assigned stitch in anything but the regular cloth, but I decided I really liked it. I'm a big fan of the picot stitch. So I went ahead and I put it in this as well. All right, time for the big reveal. You ready? So I didn't tie my tail. What is wrong with me? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I get too excited to get on to the next project. Let's tuck this in here and hide this tail. This yarn here is the hardest to get through a needle because there's not really anything to grab onto, but all right, we got this. So let's pull this through. Ta-da! Okay. So we've got the scrubby. Here's the handle. I did remember the handle. I don't know what's going on with me today. We're just going to tie this on here. And maybe I snipped it. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I did. I'm glad you guys are here. Keep an eye on me. Obviously, I snipped this too short and it's coming out. So I'm just going to do that. Pull that there to tighten it. I must have, who knows what I did. But anyway, we're here now. We're good. Here's the handle. And we are set. Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking, you guys. It's been a long 20 days is what I'm thinking. And I got 5 more to do. So, okay. Here we go. Scrubby towel. I'm in love with this. I didn't do the border on the outside. I like it the way it is. So I'm going to leave it. And then we've got the hot plate, which matches beautifully with the picots on the side. And then we've got the scrubby, which matches very nicely with the colors from the cloth. So I'm going to go ahead, clip this to here. Ta-da! And I have a nice, pretty blue soap. Ah, ta-da! This is Frozen Lake. How appropriate. So there we go. Day 20. The Picot stitch in blue. All right, you guys. So I hope you check out the rest of my videos. They're all kind of cool. It's in a full playlist called the Santa Cloth Challenge. So head on over to my channel. Check those out. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit the notification bell. Tomorrow during Coffee with Kim, 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time, we will draw day 21. And then I will be making that. I will also be making another somebody to put up in there in the day 21 envelope when I draw it. So there you go, everybody. Day 20, Picot in blue. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're all done here. So remember, everybody, always be happy, be kind, be creative. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.